Samira, it's such a pleasure having you here today.
Thank you, the third year.
I know, it's very exciting.
Yeah.
Let's start, for the very few people who may not be familiar with yourself, a little bit of background about you and yourself as a business.
Yeah, sure. I'm Max Sector Brand Ambassador in Middle East, and I'm the CEO of Max Sector Academy and founder of So by Samira Olfat lashes brand and brushes, makeup brushes.
Okay, excellent. So fingers in a lot of pies.
Yes.
For want of a better term.
Yeah, exactly.
You obviously have been building businesses for the last couple of years between the Max Factor Academy,
Yeah.
your own brand. Talk to me about some of the challenges, if we focus on, let's say, your own brand for a moment,
Yeah.
some of the challenges you've had in bringing that to market over the last couple of years and how you overcame those challenges.
Yeah, so let me just tell you the most important thing that it was a huge issue for me before and now it's so much easier. It was like, how could I make people to know me and know what I do? So let's say 15 years ago when I started to be a makeup artist and I was trying to work and get people to know me, to get to know my work, it was not as easy as today because social media was not that strong. So you should have worked so hard, then probably maybe a magazine was interested to have an interview with you. So step by step, slowly but slowly, you could have get an exposure and get your name out there. But right now with the social media over the past few years, so it's so much easier for you to show yourself to other people if you have a good content as well. So at the beginning it was very difficult. Everything was like super slow and step by step. But then the minute the social media came and people understood the value of social media and their work, so it becomes so much easier to find your way out. But of course there is so many challenges as well. But most important thing is like using the right tools as well.
So if I pick up on a couple of points, because I've been speaking with a number of other major brands here over the last couple of days.
Yeah.
A lot of them have been very product focused first.
Yeah. And
they see the media element as a secondary support function to the product that they have developed. Would you say that there is, you know, for companies as social media has become so mainstream, there's so much access to so much content and so many platforms, that being a media company first, for want of, let's say, a better term, like obviously being an influencer or whatever the case, but putting media at the front and then following up with the product distribution afterwards is a better strategy going into the future where you have an audience already to tap into, or is it still all about the product?
Well, I can just tell you about my experience. So if there is a face behind everything, so for example, for myself, I was a makeup artist first, then I worked on my social media platform, and then I started doing my own branding. So that made so much more sense for people to see me first as a makeup artist who's growing, and then later on I did my own branding. So that makes so much sense for people and whomever followed me as well. So I don't know about the companies that they don't have a face behind them. So for example, there is a company comes today and just started brand A. You know, if they don't have anyone behind it as a face of, you know, someone who was doing something related to the brand, then I don't know if the social media would really work. But for a person who has a career and doing a brand according to his or her career, definitely the social media is first and then it's the brand.
That's really interesting because, you know, you see a lot of the big New York agencies, you know, famous individuals like Scott Galloway or Gary Vaynerchuk, and they're always the face of their own agencies or their own brands, I'd say.
Exactly.
Do you think it's more important to build a brand or to self-brand?
I would say self-brand. I mean, you're talking to a person who did the self-brand, so yeah, I would say self-brand. I mean, look at Pat McGrath, Charlotte Tilbury. So all of these people, Guy Tang, so all of these people, they created their own branding. So it's a self-branding.
Okay, so when you're, let's say, looking at partners to collaborate with brands, what process do you go through singling out who you want to work with and what projects you're going to pass on?
Yeah, so it's actually a very good question because I receive so many messages and emails that, you know, the like different companies wants to collaborate, but to me, I collaborate with a brand that makes sense to my lifestyle, to who I am, to what I do. So if I like driving, you know, still is part of my life, I would definitely collaborate. But if I'm if I'm a person who is afraid of flying, I
Yes.
wouldn't really collaborate with like a jet company.
Yeah.
So it's something that is relevant to me, to my lifestyle, and to my career. So I wouldn't go for the sake of, getting a little bit of extra bucks. So I wouldn't go and do
It's about being
content
authentic.
creation. Yeah. Because the followers that follow me, they know me over years. So it's not like they know me as being a blogger or an influencer. They know me from the time that I had only 1,000 followers,
Yeah. So talk to me about that process then. Obviously being very well known in the industry, being a very famous face. What's the process been like, or what steps have you taken to build your own personal brand over the last, let's say,
The
5
most
years?
important thing is to be yourself. Don't try to copy others. So if you start copying others, you will be the copycat. You don't have anything new to say. The most important things which I realized from my social media platform that start working so much better is, first, people are interested to learn something from you. Secondly, if you can make them laugh as well. So if you can nail both of making them learn and making them laugh, that's it, you got it. So any content that I created that I made people learn something and laugh about it, it was fantastic.
Yes, I mean that's what they say the internet's there for: knowledge, entertainment, or education.
Exactly.
And you're knocking two of them out of the ballpark.
Exactly.
There.
So stay original. You don't have to copy other people. Just be yourself, and don't sell your soul as well. So don't advertise things that you don't believe on.
Yes.
You don't use them. Don't sell your soul.
Tell me a little bit about your online academy. This is something, a big project you've been working on for the last couple of years.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about this.
It's an amazing e-learning platform because, as you know, everybody's busy these days, and if they want to learn something else, if they want to learn new skills, like everyone wants to go to a proper academy. So what happened was, when I created the Max Tattoo Academy, a few years after, I was receiving so many emails from ladies in Saudi, from Oman, from Qatar, that we cannot come to Dubai for a month and stay a month to learn a skill. So what can we do? Can you come to ours?
Yeah.
And then that was the time it clicked for me. I was like, okay, so I'm going to create an academy, online academy, e-learning platform that people can actually learn makeup through the online academy and through a series of videos. Again, I received calls from people when we launched the project that, how does it work? Like, I just watch a video and then I'm gonna learn. Like, I'm gonna go and watch a YouTube video. Why should I pay this amount of money to just watch your video? But it's basically, they're watching a video and then there is a one-on-one tutoring. So we are teaching them one-on-one via all these video calls of what to do. So we are with them step by step, wherever they are. We are actually with them in their bedroom, in their office, anywhere that they are, just turning on into the platform. They're logging into the platform. So then that was the time that they understood that it's not just a video, it's actually it's like a super private consultation of the makeup and how to do it. And it's been amazing.
So how did you manage, let's say, with the growth that comes with that? Keeping the intimacy of a one-on-one tutorial, but having to do it online.
So it's because we have a team of, any of our student who has been graduate for the past few years, they start working with us as a makeup artist and then later on as a trainer. So obviously I cannot just be one-on-one to everyone. So then I have a group of people that they are helping other students to do one-on-one sessions with them as well. So
where do you see this going in the future? Where's the growth going to come from in this business?
So right now is just on a desktop. But later on will be an app as well.
Fantastic.
And later on will be, right now we have professional courses only, but then later on we're going to have DIY as well. So for the person who wants to know how to do her own makeup, or just, we are thinking of, for example, like someone just get into the app and then contact me and says, Samira, I need to get ready for my wedding. What am I going to do? So that's the time it will be like me or other students or other graduates to helping them as well.
Amazing.
So basically, makeup artist in your home, just doing your makeup, but with your own hand.
Can I ask then, where do you see the changes in technology taking place? Obviously, if you look at the likes of Blowout and Go, who've been hugely successful over the last couple of years, really kind of changed the salon.
Changed everything.
Changed everything. Is there any changes in technology? Obviously, you're part of it, really. When we being realistic, you are part of this change that's taking place. What impact do you see technology having on the industry over the next couple of years, do you think?
It's actually a little bit scary because we don't know if a makeup artist is going to be replaced by a robot or a machine or a printer. No, honestly. Yeah. So we really don't know. We really don't know what's going to happen. But what I think that there are machines that they're creating. They're creating machines that you can actually put your face in the machine, and then within a second you can have like super airbrushed. Wow. According to your feature, and it's not very far away from imagination. I'm sure it's already there. I mean, I've heard of it, but it's not out there for public yet. So it's on the testing phase.
So when you were launching your product range, your lashes, obviously social and digital was a key part of the communication strategy when you were trying to drive sales. Yeah. Talk to me a little bit about that and the impact that, let's say, digital and social has had on helping you drive sales within that business. Huge
impact. Yeah. Social media was a huge impact on my launching my lashes, because if I didn't have the followers that I have, and if I didn't have the people that they believed in me, I would have not been able to succeed on the production, on selling my products actually. So because they knew I'm a makeup artist, because I created the lashes and brushes, because they knew I'm a makeup artist, I've been a makeup artist for the past 15 years. Yeah. So the challenging thing was, because there are so many makeup brushes on the market, there's so many eyelashes on the market, and to me was like, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to have another set of brushes out there or another, eyelashes out there? And then I was like, yeah, why not? Because I'm actually a makeup artist. Yeah. So whatever I'm designing is by the knowledge of the beauty industry that I have, by all these experience, 15 years of experience in the makeup industry. So I'm going to create something specifically for different eye shape. And I'm going to create a brush set specifically for the professional makeup artist. So when they buy one brush set, they don't have to buy anything else. So, yeah. So
then, obviously, we're talking a little bit about the product and the process that you went through there in order to create this unique offering you have. Yeah. I want to talk a little bit about the evolution of e-commerce and distribution. Obviously, with the space evolving so much, and a lot of brands would be used to going through distributors on the ground here, which would have, let's say, brick and mortar outlets as a traditional form of distribution. Yeah. Do you think there's an opportunity for businesses like yourself to go through e-commerce channels, like whether it's either direct to consumer yourself or through third-party online retailers like Sook or Noon or places like that?
To be honest, I'm not very expert on talking about this, but to me, Sook.com was a really good platform because they were having it in all over Middle East. So it was very easy for me to work with them. It was so easy to be part of them. So it didn't have a lot of complicated steps that I had to go through. And the sales, as soon as I do like a promotion on the social media with the link of the online platform, it just works really well for me.
Okay, amazing. Yeah. I have one final question for you then. Sure. As a business leader, what is the one thing that keeps you up at night?
Keeps you up at night? Well, it's just you always think of what to do next. Whatever that you do, whatever that you achieve, it's satisfying at that moment, but then you want to do something bigger. So basically you become your own competitor. So you want to be a better version of yourself in a real life and in your business. So that's something that it keeps me up, thinking busy the whole time of like, what am I going to do next?
Okay, excellent. Samira, it's been an absolute pleasure having you.
Thank you so much.